Welcome to the virtual English class produced by the Center for Education and Human Resource Development. Today, in this lesson, we are going to learn to make requests for permission and write a report from given notes. This lesson will cover the exercises 6, 7, and 8 of Unit 4. And we are going to do the lesson from the pages 32, 33, and 34 of your book. So please, if you have got your book, please open your book and let's learn together with your book and the exercises from Unit 4. Are you ready, students? Okay. This lesson is divided into two sections. First, we are going to learn speaking skill, and next we are going to learn writing skill. All right, students? In the speaking skill, we are going to, as I said, make request for permission. Okay, students. Now, let me remind you the previous lesson. Do you remember in the Unit 4, we talked about going to a field trip to Gorkha, didn't we? Do you remember there, the students were talking about different things and activities. They were asking so many questions to the teachers and their parents as well. And they wanted to take things with them to do certain works. All right? So, and they were making requests. So, can you make requests to ask some permissions from the others? Yes, right? From that unit. Now, we are going to continue that speaking skill in the exercise 6 of your book. Okay, let's start from the exercise. This is your exercise from the book. Have your say from 6. You are in the class. Your teacher is teaching. If you feel like going to the toilet, do you ask for permission? What do you say? Okay. You feel like doing different things while you are in your class. Sometimes you feel like going to the toilet, don't you? Yes, right? And you have to ask for permission, don't you? Yes, everyone should ask for permission, right? And what do you say? Yes, you have right thing in your mind. You say, "May I go out, sir?" Right? Don't you? Yes, you do say that. Okay, let's see what you might say. I have here some pictures and it's illustration of your, asking for permission. Okay, let's see. The girl is you and another is your teacher. You can say, "May I go out, sir?" Right? When you want to go out to the toilet and you ask for permission like this, "May I go out, sir?" And what does the teacher say? What is the response? Can you guess? Let's see. Yes, you may. Okay, so we are going to make such request for getting permission and also to give response to the permission, asking for permission, right? Okay, students, now let's see another what you might say. "Please, can I use your umbrella?" Another request for permission is using umbrella. So in this request for permission, what is the response? Let's see. "Sure, no problem." Okay. So this is how we have different ways of asking for permission and giving the permission. Sometimes you may not want to give the response as well. All right? So when you have to deny the response or the permission, you have to use another way of denying the response. Okay, we are going to learn that in the later. Let's see here. Again, another situation from your book. When do you say this? Why do you say this? What does your teacher say? Let's see. "May I go out, sir?" "May I go out, sir?" May I come in, sir? When do you say this? When you want to go out and when you want to come in, right? And why do you say this? To get the permission, right? And what does your teacher say? What is the response? Let's see. The teacher can say, yes, you may. Yes, come in, right? All right, let's see another. May I go in, sir? May I come out, sir? Do you say this? When do you say this? Okay, this is the expression that you wish to go out or come inside the classroom. All right, students, so you are going to get the permission from the teacher. So you want to ask it politely. So what makes your question, or request for permission, and what makes this, request for permission more polite? We are going to learn that later. Let's read another situation given in your book. When you ask for permission to use things that belong to others, you have to be very polite. It is desirable to use the word please. Let's see the example. Please, can I have a look at your photo album? May I use your umbrella, please? Here, the request for permission is made more polite by using please here. The word please can be used in the beginning as well as at the end with a comma. Can you see this? Yes. So let me read it again aloud. Please, can I have a look at your photo album? May I use your umbrella, please? Okay, this is asking for permission with your politeness, right? Okay, students, now let's see the conversation, how we can do the conversation using please. May I drink water, please? Can you say it again? May I drink water, please? Okay, and the response is, yes, you may. Could I please use your pen to write? I'm afraid not. I haven't got extra one. Here, another request is to use the pen, but the request is denied. Sometimes you cannot permit or give the permission because you are unable with the situation, because the person doesn't have extra pen. So he says, I'm afraid not. So when you have to deny the permission, then you can say, I'm afraid not. Can you try it? Can you say it? Okay. Yes, I'm afraid not. Once again, I'm afraid not. Okay, let's continue. So how can you make your request or your questions and a question for asking for permission? Okay, these are the ways. You should use modals like can, may, must, should. These are also known as auxiliary verbs. And in the auxiliary verbs, there are modals like can, may, must, should, and few others. So you can use these words at the beginning of your question, and then a subject, and then another verb, and then the object. And you are going to make a question that is asking for permission. Okay, let me read it for you. Can I use your pen? May I sit here? Must I read hard? Should I do all the exercises? I have even more examples here. May I have a chocolate, please? Can I go out with my friends today? Should I use a pencil to draw? Must I wear mask to go out? Okay, this is how you can make your questions requesting for asking or getting permission. Okay, students, are you getting me now? Okay, what you have to understand is you have to remember some models to use to make your sentence a question. Let me give you a structure here. So first you are going to write modals. As I said, the words like can, may, must, and should, or maybe could, or maybe would. You have to use this at the beginning of your sentence. And then comes subject like I, he, or she. All right, students? And then comes the verb like use, sit, read, or do. And then you are not forgetting to write the question mark at the end of your sentence. Okay, so you are going to ask like this. May I have a chocolate, please? Can I go out with my friends today? Should I use a pencil to draw? Must I wear masks to go out? Okay, like this. Okay, can you think of more sentences like this? Okay, I'm going to help you to make such other sentences here. Let's see, what are they saying? Should we wear school uniform? Okay, do you remember from the previous lesson that the students were asking when they were going out to a field trip? They were asking, should we wear school uniform? Don't you ask such questions to your teacher when you are going out? Suppose you are going to a picnic or some field trip or nearby area. So you often ask this kind of question, right? Don't you? Yes, you often ask, should we wear school uniform? Yes. Now, what might the teacher say? He might say, yes, you should. Another question, another request was, must we stay in a hotel? This was again from the previous lesson, from a trip to Gorkha. And the student asked, must we stay in a hotel? The teacher said, yes, we must. Okay, this is how you respond. How? Yes, you should. Yes, we must. Another one, another structure, another way of asking for permission is by using do we have to. Okay, you use do we have to in the place of that modals that we used in the previous sentences, and you are going to add a verb and then an object. Let's look at this. Do we have to carry our books? This is another question that you often ask to your teacher, and the teacher might say, no, we needn't. Sometimes it is not necessary to carry books. And when he is not saying that they should or they must carry, then he can say, no, we needn't. Another one, let's see, please, may I break your ruler? Okay, this is not a good request for giving permission, right? So, if someone wants to break or damage something, then you are not giving the permission. Then what are you going to say? Can you think? Can you guess? Let's see what is said here. I'm afraid you can't. What can you say? You can say, I'm afraid you can't. If your brother or sister wants to damage something, you won't let them, right? Then you have to say, I'm afraid you can't. Let's move to another exercise. This is a pair work given in your book. Let me read it aloud. Ask and answer using the following sets of expressions. You are asked to make such expressions that we are going to, get permission using these two parts of the sentences. For example, may I? You are going to add them by joining them to sentence parts. You are going to make their question. May I go to the toilet? Another one. Can I borrow your ruler? Please, can I go home early? Please, may I use your umbrella? Like this, you can join any of these parts together and create your request for getting permission. Can you do this now? Okay, if you have got your book, please try joining the other. For example, may I borrow your ruler? May I go home early? May I come in? May I use your umbrella? And please, can I sit down? This is how you can make as many sentences as possible. All right, students, are you getting the idea? Okay, that's great. Now let's move to the response. How response is given? You have to sometimes give permission yourself, right? When your brothers or your sisters ask you to give something or to do something, then you are going to respond like this. If someone asks, may I go to toilet? Then you can say, yes, you may. Another one is, sure. Another one is, no problem. Another one, please feel free. Another one you can say is, no, please don't. I'm sorry, but that's not possible. I'm afraid you can't. Okay, these are some accepting and denying the permission. All right, students, these are the structures, these are the expressions that you can use in your daily life. They are very useful because as a child, you have to ask so many permission from your parents, from your teachers, even from your friends while you are using their things. So you have to use these sentences and get the permission, right? Okay, let's practice more here for giving permission. Let's see. You have to say, yes, you may. Sure, you can say, sure, why not? Another one is, no problem. Please feel free. You can say, certainly. And you have my permission when you want to give permission. These are the expressions you can use. All right, let's see another denying permission. If you want someone not to do something, then you must say, I'm afraid you may not. No, you can't. You are not permitted to. No, please don't. I'm sorry, but that's not possible. I'm afraid you can't. Okay, these are the ways of giving and denying permission. Now let's move to the conversation given in your book. Here, a child like you is asking for permission to her mother. Okay, so Rupa says, please mom, may I use the computer? Mother says, no dear, you may not. It's time to go to bed. Then may I read a story before I go to bed? Sure, but try to sleep early. Thanks a lot, mommy. Here what you see is asking for permission, and the mother is not giving the permission to use computer at first. And she says, no, dear, you may not. And the request for permission is, please, may I use the computer? Okay? And she has another request that, may I read a story before I go to bed? And that's, she gets the permission for reading the book. And the permission is given like this, sure, but try to sleep early. This is how conversation can be done with asking for permission and giving permission. Let's see another conversation from your book again. Here, Rupa and teacher is talking about using computer. Again, let's see, you are Rupa. Maybe you want to use computer a lot because it's very interesting and you get a lot of information from computer, right? So how do you ask? Let's see here. Sir, may I use the computer? Can you say it again, students? Sir, may I use the computer? And the teacher says, no, you may not. It's time for math. Another request, may I do maths in the computer? But maths class will be in the grade 6 room. Another request, may I carry the computer to maths class? You should go to the class now. Okay, what do you see here? The teacher is giving or not giving the permission. What do you see here? Okay, Rupa is asking for using the computer, asking for permission to use the computer, but the teacher is not giving because there is another class. It's the time for math. And the teacher gives the permission to get into the class with the computer, right? Okay, this is how asking for permission and getting the permission is done. Let's see a few more exercise here. Practice. Now let's make some questions, or let's ask for permission from ourselves. I'll give you the situation. Can you try, students? Let me give you the first situation, that you want to borrow a pen. Okay, borrow means to get pen from your friends for certain time. So what do you use, or how do you express your request for permission? Another situation is you want to sit beside your friend. And another one is you want to hug your friend. You want to go home early from school. Another request you want to make. Another situation is you want to go out with your friends to play. You want to watch TV at home. Okay, let's now try this situation to use our structures there to get the permission. Can you think about that structure again and try here? You want to borrow a pen. How do you ask? You can use can I, may I, could I, or even would you mind if I do that? Or you can say do I have to, or you can say must I. These are the ways that we have been learning. Now let's see. I have done few for you. You can even try it in your own way. Let's see. If you want to borrow a pen from your friends, you are going to say, may I borrow your pen, please? You are adding please with this, asking for permission sentence to make it more polite so that the other will give you that thing that you want. Another one is you want to sit beside your friend. You can say that, hi friend, can I sit beside you? Another one is you want to hug your friend. You can simply say, may I hug you? Another one is you want to go home early from school. Yes, sometimes you want to take leave, or you want to go to your home early, right? And you want some permission from teachers. And you can say, could I please go home early today? Okay, you want to go out with your friends to play. When do you ask such permission? Yes, when you are at your home, you like to go to meet your friends and play with them. And you want to ask for permission from your mother and father, right? So how do you say? You can say that, can I go out to play with my friends, mommy or daddy? Another one is you want to watch TV at home. This is often that you do, right? So how do you ask for permission to watch the TV? Okay, this is how you can try. Another one, shall I turn on the TV? Can I turn on the TV? May I turn on the TV? You can try any models here to ask for the permission. And you can make it more polite by using please. Okay, students? Now, let's move to another section of this lesson, that we are going to do another exercise. Exercise 8. We have practiced doing exercise 6 and 7 from unit 4 of your English book. Now this is another exercise for writing. It is again the continuation or the continuity of another first lesson. That in that lesson, can you remember that students who were going to visit Gorkha or the field trip to Gorkha had a report. They finalized the report after visiting different temples and Darbar. and they made notes. Now, why are the notes made? Do you know what are the notes? Yes, notes are some simple records of the activities that you do when you visit some place. And why do you take notes? To make a report or to have the record in an organized format. So let me tell you what is a report and note first. A report is a record of information in an organized format. The information is taken from events, observation, or investigation. Sometimes you take participation in some events, or sometimes you go to certain place and observe that place, and sometimes you research or investigate on something, and you want to have the record. A record means keeping something for the future use. For example, if you say something, what happens if there is no record? We cannot remember or we cannot show what you said in future, right? If you write something that you have done, then it is a record and you can show someone that I have done this. All right, so record is keeping something for the future use. So this is a report that keeps your information recorded for the future use, and that is in an organized format. Another is note-taking. Note-taking is the act of recording the essence of information. You are not writing everything, but you are writing some main things that you want to later remember. That is for quickly remembering later while you are telling someone or writing a report, right? Okay, now let's see what you have in your question. Here it is the note made by Santi in your exercise book. It's exercise 8, and you have to write from this note. Let's read this note, and even you can try writing notes in your future visits to some places. Like Monday, there it is not said it is Monday, it's just simply Monday. Fine sunny morning, all happy. See, look here how the words are written. There is no full sentence, right? So you in notes, you are not making a full sentence. You are simply writing some words, nouns, or verbs. For example, simply Monday is a noun, only a name of a day. Fine sunny morning, all happy. This is another adjective. 8 a.m. left school, 11 a.m. reached Gorkha, 12 to 4 visited Darbar, Gorkha, Gadi, Gorakhali temple, 4 sat in group, discussed, 5 went to the hotel. Look here, Santi has taken the note of the time. You have to record the time because it is not possible to remember all the time, and you have to write in what time you left the school, in what time you reached somewhere, in what time, during what time you visited some place. You have to mention that time and what you did in what time. For example, 4, it's a time, 4 p.m. It's not mentioned here, but you have to understand it's simply the record for preparing report. Okay, 4 sat in group and discussed. 5 went to the hotel. Like this, you can make notes. And Tuesday, visited Manakamana, watched cable cast, ate dal bhat in a hotel, left for home, sang songs, mom was waiting at home, wrote a report to present in the school assembly. Okay, this is how notes are written. Can you try it now, students? Okay, for example, you want to keep the record of your everyday activity, then you can simply, if you have no time to write all the things, you can write notes first and then later develop into a paragraph or your daily diary. Now, what you can write is, what is the day and what is the time you washed your face? You can simply say 7, washed my face, 8, I had breakfast, simply, and 10, washed my clothes, 11, you did some homeworks, or simply like that you can record the events in short form. That is your note. Okay, now let's develop this one in our report. This question is given here. Now, suppose you are Santi and write a report on the basis of the above notes. Okay, students, this is the question given to you. You have to read the notes prepared by Santi and you are supposed to write a report. And you are, suppose you are Santi yourself and you have to write a report to present in your school. When you have some visits or your field trip, you have to prepare some report and tell it to your friends or in the assembly, and it should be in a report format, and you should describe what you did, what you saw, and where you went, and who you met, and all these are information written in this report. Okay, let's see the example. Some beginning of the example is given in your book, and I have continued the other parts. You can follow this same format. Okay, students, let's see. Here, let me read it for you. It was Monday. I made Monday. It was Monday. It was fine sunny morning. We all were happy. At 8 a.m. we left school. We reached Gorkha at 11 a.m. in the morning. After that, we had lunch in a hotel. From 12 to 4, we visited Darbar, Gorkha Gadi, and Gorakhkali temple. At 4 p.m., we sat in groups and discussed on the notes. After finalizing the notes, we went to the hotel at 5 p.m. and stayed the night. Okay, students, this is the first part. Okay, next part, let's see. It was Tuesday morning. We visited Manakamana temple. For the first time, we watched and traveled in cable cars. They were hanging on ropes like bats. After our prayer in the temple, we had dal bhat in a hotel. Then we came back to Kurinta and left for home. We enjoyed our trip a lot. We sang songs and danced together on the way. My mom was waiting at home. It was already dark and getting late for dinner. I quickly had dinner and completed writing our report to present in the school assembly. I felt very lucky to get the chance to travel with school friends and learn about new places. Here, I have completed the given notes. The given notes are here made green and the added information are in pink. Okay, this is how you have to develop the notes into a report by adding additional information. You add, sometimes subject or sometimes, object, or even you can add more sentences like we enjoyed our trip a lot. You can add more information if you remember from the notes. Okay, this is a simple a sample for you to write a report from the notes. You can follow this and prepare your report, students. Okay, let's now sum up what we have learned till now. Okay, dear students, we practiced today speaking skill at first. We practiced the structure like modals plus subject plus verb and object plus please and question. And with this structure, what we spoke or what we did was asked for permission, like, can I use your pen? May I drink water? Must we wear school uniform? Should we? Do we have to? Please, may I sit next to you? Can I use your umbrella? And so on. Like this, you can ask for permission. And also we learned giving response to the permission. When someone asks you, you can say, yes, you may. I'm afraid you can't. Yes, we should. No, we mustn't. And the next thing in the next part of our lesson we learned was writing a report from notes from our exercise 8. And in report writing, what we have to do is we have to mention what happened, where it happened, when, who were there, and how. So it means you have to describe about things you did, places you went, time you spent, people you met, and the way that event happened, and finally the feeling that you had from the event. This is how your report can be written. Well, students, this is the end of today's lesson. Thank you for your patience to watch this video till the end. I hope you have learned a lot from this video, and I hope you will join the video again for the next time. So see you on the next video lesson.